This is The Space Shot, episode 323 for April 2nd, 2018. Space Coins. I'm John Molnix. Be it enacted by the Senate and the House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, and it is hereby enacted and declared that a mint for the purpose of national coinage be, and the same is established, to be suitable and carried on at the seat of government of the United States. That was the first part of the act establishing the United States Mint on April 2nd, 1792. The reason I'm talking about this act today is over the years, a number of spacecraft have carried U.S. coinage into low Earth orbit, to other planets, and beyond. Astronauts carried coins and medals way back in the early days of the space race. Gus Grissom carried 2 rolls of silver dimes in the front left leg pocket of his spacesuit on his suborbital flight. After Liberty Bell 7 started to sink after splashdown, Grissom had to get out of the spacecraft. He later recounted that, quote, "I had brought along 2 rolls of 50 dimes each for the children of friends, 3 $1 bills, some small models of the capsule, and 2 sets of pilot's wings. These were all adding to the weight that I could have done without." Grissom wasn't exactly in an ideal situation upon splashdown. The next time I'm out in Kansas, I'll be sure to ask my friends at the Cosmosphere more about the dimes that were recovered in the spacecraft itself, in addition to the ones that were carried by Grissom in his suit. After the dimes that Grissom carried, there were various other flights where astronauts brought coins or medallions with them. Mission medallions were flown during the Gemini and Apollo programs, and during the shuttle era, coins were flown on flights, as well as other memorabilia like Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, which was one of the topics of episode 162. United States coins have also made their way to other planets in our solar system. The Mars Curiosity rover is carrying a 1909 VDB penny on its image calibration target. According to a NASA article, quote, "The penny is a nod to geologists' tradition of placing a coin or other object of known scale as a size reference in close-up photographs of rocks, and it gives the public a familiar object for perceiving size easily." The New Horizons spacecraft is also carrying some unique memorabilia. There are 2 state quarters, one from Florida and one from Maryland, a United States Post Office stamp showing Pluto, a piece of Spaceship One, CDs holding the name from the Send Your Name to Pluto project, as well as a small container holding some of the ashes of Clyde Tombaugh, the discoverer of Pluto. I'm linking to these pages and others in the show notes, so be sure to check them out. You can even see some space themes on a coin you might have lying around the house. The reverse side of the Eisenhower dollar has a design on it that's based off of the Apollo 11 mission insignia. Now, let's get to some news. Earlier this afternoon, SpaceX launched a flight-proven Falcon 9 and Dragon spacecraft. The Falcon 9 first stage launched for the first time as part of the CRS-12 mission on August 14, 2017. The Dragon spacecraft that's been launched today carried supplies to the International Space Station as part of the CRS-8 mission, which launched on April 8, 2016. The Dragon spacecraft that flew today also delivered the BEAM, or Bigelow Expandable Activity Module, during the CRS-8 mission. That module is still attached to the station, where it's undergoing a test that's slated to operate past 2020. I talked about BEAM way back in episode 59, so check out that archived episode for more. For CRS-14, the launch today, Dragon is carrying a variety of space life and physical science experiments and payloads. These experiments range at looking from how plants adapt to spaceflight to the biology of reproduction. Dragon's also carrying an experiment that NASA collaborated with the Tupperware Corporation on in order to gain some of their expertise. The Veggie Passive Orbital Nutrient Delivery System, or PONDS, because everything needs an acronym when it flies into space, helps ensure that plants receive the correct amount of water and nutrients. These plants are packed in pellos that are a substrate of sorts that allows organisms to grow without soil. In addition to the science payloads, Dragon is also carrying a new HP printer to the station. The HP Envy Zero Gravity printer has been designed to function in a microgravity environment. There are custom-made 3D printed parts for paper input and output trays, and the printer has further been modified in order to remove the glass, which was a big safety hazard, that was in the scanner bed of this all-in-one printer. All of this sounds pretty cool, but somehow I bet that you're still going to pay an arm and a leg for the ink on this HP printer, and that's not even counting launch costs. There's no Amazon Prime for space just yet. I hope all of you have a fantastic rest of your day. I appreciate each and every one of you that listen to the podcast every day. Since you're here, and I've got your ear, give me 30 seconds of your time. I'd be incredibly grateful if you could share the podcast with your friends and family. Tag one of them and let them know about your favorite episode. I'd also really appreciate it if you could venture into the Apple Podcasts app or your podcast app of choice and leave a review for The Space Shot. A steady stream of reviews helps ensure The Space Shot is more visible in the Apple Podcasts app. As always, the show notes have more information on today's episode. You can hit me up on Instagram and Twitter. Find me at John Molnix. I'm always up to chat. You can also connect with me on Facebook. Just search The Space Shot or check out the links in the show notes and you'll find me. I'm John Molnix, and I'll catch you on the flip side.